Stop everything you're doing. What I'm about to show you is one of the most evil things that I've ever seen. On camera with millions watching. And the craziest part is that he told us this was gonna happen. And this is his goodbye. 15 Grammys and an Oscar. Dropped out of high school, however, one single mixtape is what completely changed his life. And what we get to witness was somebody that started off as a dishwasher and a cook to transition into something like this. And even did heroic acts like adopt his ex-girlfriend's daughter. Better person than most. Addiction happened and started that corkscrew. Because in December 2007, substances consumed his life, and what we got to witness was a near-death experience. He hospitalized. However, here's the catch. We witnessed a recovery, which led to the Recovery album. Appearance changed, style changed. What if this entire time it wasn't actually him, and yet he was replaced? But now here's the unfortunate part. The fact that some of you will watch this video and act like it didn't happen. But the question on everyone's mind is that when they did replace him, who else did they possibly replace?
With our music intro starting next time.
I've watched thousands of hours of dark footage. Nothing comes even close to this. She literally ends everything the exact same way. We thought it was mutual feelings. We thought it was aesthetic. Pursuit of happiness, it doesn't matter what you call it. They didn't tell you the full story. Now, take it back to the time when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock live in front of everybody. And the world stopped. Because we witnessed somebody that could never do any wrong just committed one of the most devastating things that we've ever seen in Hollywood. Something that will live on the internet forever. That we noticed was a decline in his reputation with society because of the fact that they felt a certain way, because of the fact that you can't do something like that in front of everybody. But if you take it back before that happened, the moment that sticks out to everybody was the red table talk. And what if this entire time, the reason why he did what he did to Will, and what if this whole entire time, what he did to Chris Rock was because of
got into a different kind of entanglement with August, giving permission, which is, the only person that could give permission in that particular circle.
I'm dead ass traumatized. This video is only 15 seconds long, but it feels like 15 years. And the series of unfortunate events is the fact that you have to rewrite your entire image of what Oprah is. Because you might be one of the millions of fans that lost something from her. Now here's the crazy part. Remember the first time that you ever seen Oprah Winfrey? It could have been the episode that was featuring Michael Jackson, or it could be the episode that was featuring Tom Cruise. But most of you, it was the time that she had the episode where she gave away those free cars to everyone. Now this isn't a rare occurrence of Oprah's generosity. She's done it multiple times with multiple gifts, but nothing this expensive. However, what seemed like an act of kindness to give away all those vehicles of a perfect example of not everything is what it seems. Because to the public, she gave them away, but behind the scenes, what the audience members had to endure was just devastating.
Forgot about was taxes. The cars as promotional prizes were able to be taxed along with income, and so each guest had to pay about $6,000.
Now, the unfortunate part is that some of you will see this and pretend like it didn't happen, and some of you will actually change. I wonder which one you'll pick. Oh my God. There's no way this just happened and yet no one else is talking about this video, because what just transpired is one of the most horrific things that we've ever seen. And I'm more shocked and appalled the fact that Jimmy Kimmel told her this live on television. Sofia Vergara es una de una. Yes, and I mean that, one of one. But she was able to achieve something that no one else has ever done, or not to this degree. And as time goes on and the clock ticks, what we see is that it seems like she's aging backwards. She has great skin, and it's evident that she looks better now than when she did when she was 18. So then what we witness in interviews is that when she goes on there, she's constantly hit on. Can't blame people. However, this interview went way too far, because what we experienced is on the cusp of perversion. Wait, here's the twist. Now when it comes to the upper echelon, when it comes to actually hitting on people, it's never public because it's done behind the scenes when the cameras aren't rolling. Jimmy Kimmel decided to risk it all. Oddly enough, what turned out as a simple joke led to an emotional, impulsive reaction.
Sofia Vergara, has anyone checked for a penis? These are from the internet.
For sure be better than yours.
Jesus. No wonder no one trusts her anymore, especially after she did this. And I'm more shocked at the fact that no one else is talking about this video, because what just transpired was one of the most horrific things that we've ever seen. Sad part is that it came out of nowhere. But stay with me. Ariana Grande is a girl with many talents. Not only does she have the highest vocal range that we've ever seen, countless hits, but on top of that, it's the personality that captivates people. Almost has this air of helplessness and a lack of judgment, which brings a lot of fans to her. That was the case until this transpired, because what happened recently shows the real side of Ariana Grande that we never thought actually existed. We witnessed her getting relationship after relationship into other relationships, but it never seems to quite work out for her. That was until we started reading between the lines. So when evidence came out about her most recent relationship, it was devastating, because his testimonial was just gut-wrenching. For a girl that has the air of helplessness, there's a lot of cruel things behind the scenes. I'm just disappointed, Kevin Hart. Not just in you, but the fact that no one else is talking about this video. Because what just transpired was one of the most horrific things that we've ever seen. How he could do it behind her back and he never thought he would get caught. And sad thing is that it came out of nowhere. Now be real with me. When was the first time that you've ever seen Kevin Hart laugh at my pain? Seriously funny. Let me explain, grown little man. Safe to say that Kevin Hart is one of the funniest. And his ticket sales actually reflect that exactly. Every single show sold out. The question on everyone's mind is what goes on behind the scenes when the cameras are off? And this is where it begins. Because if you look at Kevin Hart's track record, we've watched his marriages. 2 failed, currently in one right now. But the question is, how did they fail and why did they? And I'll be frank, most of the time it's Kevin's fault. But one of them sticks out in particular. Anika Hart. This one's different than the rest of them. Because this was at the point in time when Kevin Hart actually got big and blew up. So what he did behind her back is just irredeemable.
Me, it was owning up to it, being man enough to talk about it, to talk to her about it, to take all of the repercussions that were coming my way. And
Jesus, there's no way this just happened and no one else talk about this video. I can't believe they gave Beyonce 10 million and the reason's just terrible. 99% of you aren't going to be able to stomach this video, but if you can, I'll show you. Beyonce has done a lot. We started off in Destiny's Child, ended up being in movies, decided to do the Justin Timberlake route, and split from the group and went solo. From there, she was even more successful. Found her way with Jay-Z, power couple that everybody wants to be like. However, tragedy struck, because during the most recent election, Beyonce was nominated, not for the reasons you're thinking. However, the question that's plaguing everybody's mind right now is that since Beyonce is so talented, she could sing, she could dance, even change genres the country, wouldn't she be above this? Would she really subject herself to this type of torture? And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let me ask you a question. Since Beyonce is your idol, do you think that she has a chance at redemption? Or would you sit there and see this and pretend like nothing ever happened?
Beyonce allegedly got paid $10 million for that pathetic little endorsement of Kamala Harris. What was it, 3 minutes? Paid $55,000 for a second.